Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello, leader. Welcome back to the Fierce Factor podcast. It's your host, Kaylee here, and I am recording from my gorgeous hotel room in Laguna Beach, California. I snuck away for a few days to listen to the ocean and really to do some strategic planning for the second half of 2024. I like to take a pause mid-year to reflect on the first half, to celebrate wins, to reevaluate priorities for the second half of the year, and to recalibrate, to get acutely focused on objectives going forward. And so during this time, I'm drilling down on internal reports to evaluate new business growth and opportunities to double down on reinvesting back into our existing clients. I'm looking at contract renewals, the quality of our leads, referrals, my team's productivity, and truly my energy. And I'm starting to architect the role of my next hire. I'm revisiting my personal success blueprint to, get brutally honest with myself if I've actually created new habits to incorporate blocks of time for the things that matter most, or if I've reverted back to the old happenstance of, I'll get to that, when there's time, because that's sort of comfortable to do it that way, right? And I already know June is going to fly by. If you didn't catch last week's blueprint, we made a few announcements about some upcoming events and opportunities to work with us this month in June. On June 14th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern, we'll be hosting a free strategic planning masterclass called The Second Half. And this is really your opportunity to check in on your 2024 goals, assess your progress, and recalibrate your strategies to ensure that you accomplish all that you're capable of in the second half of the year. This is sort of a spinoff of our strategic planning course that we run in November, which is to start to prepare the business for Q1, to set up the strategic blueprint, your marketing plan, your action plan, essentially, for what you're looking to accomplish in the new year. And now it's time to revisit and look at, are we there? Have we done what we want to do? Why not? And what are we planning to focus on going forward? Our expert team at KLC really specializes in helping you break through uncertainty and overwhelm and offer clear, actionable steps to not only meet, but crush your end of year targets. So we'll be ready to arm you with groundbreaking insights and tools, setting your practice on a path of innovation, growth, and let's say staggering success for the remainder of the year. We'll also be able to walk away with a 24-page strategic planner that's going to be available to all live participants. So make sure you clear your schedule and show up yourself for this one. You can register to attend at klcconsultants.com/masterclass, or you can even just DM me masterclass on Instagram and I will send you the link to register. All right, the second opportunity to work with our team would be on June 20th. I will be in the Chicago area with Revision Skincare at the Rivers Casino in Des Plaines, Illinois. And I'll be leading a dinner presentation titled From Business Owner to Visionary Leader, Adopting a CEO Mindset. So in this presentation, we're going to explore how to align your team's responsibilities with the company's ambitious goals, creating a culture of accountability and success. So if you attend our strategic planning masterclass, it's going to be a beautiful sort of transition into now, how do we pull those big goals down through team? We're going to talk about how to become a visionary CEO to lead with confidence, clarity, and conviction. We're going to uncover strategies for motivating your team members to take accountability for results in alignment with the big goal of the company. And you will be able to walk away with a step-by-step guide to reverse engineer practice goals down to each individual team member's KRAs, or key results areas. So if you are a business owner looking to polish your ability to inspire and lead your business ecosystem, If you have a strong team, but you're looking to learn the skills to help them up level, if you are ready for some actionable higher level guidance to become and stay competitionless in your market, and you've been in business for 3 years or are generating over $1 million in annual revenue, this is going to be the presentation, the dinner for you. This like a 2-hour evening event. And I will say this, it'll be worth flying in for, or if you have a drive-in and you are a Midwest practice, certainly in the state of Illinois or surrounding area of Chicago, make sure you jump in there. I think tickets are like $125 for this. So it's a no-brainer. I will be there, obviously, personally to answer questions and have a good time. And then finally, update number 3, we have officially soft launched my brand new ebook to Fierce Factor listeners and subscribers of the Blueprint. And we are giving away 100 free copies of The Diary of a Female Entrepreneur. And listen, it's not just a diary, it's a profound insight into the shared experiences of high growth female entrepreneurs in the aesthetic and wellness industry. And through this personal experience that I've documented, it was really my goal to support and empower readers like you through the highs and lows of the entrepreneurial journey. So this diary really serves as an inside out lens into some of the insights I've learned throughout my career, offering practical guidance on creating a clear vision, building a winning team, and cultivating a culture essential for healthy growth. And you can anticipate when you read this carefully curated stories, including my own and many of the courageous female entrepreneurs that we at KLC have had the privilege working with. And you'll be able to extract best practices for building multi-million-dollar businesses without sacrificing the richness of life, freedom, family, and fun. So in this diary, we cover essential topics such as the beauty of building a life-first business, creating a unique brand strategy, assembling a passionate team, cultivating a foundational culture, and scaling up to build an empire. So listen, look no further for personal insights and unwavering support on your journey to building the life-first business of your dreams. You can grab your free download while supplies last at klcconsultants.com/diary. And now onto this week's session. I chose today's topic to address something that has been on my mind a lot lately, and quite frankly, a lot of your minds, in particular, coming away from Alt with many follow-up conversations, messages, and recaps, really exposing some of the common challenges that hold us back as female entrepreneurs from going all in on our business and truly full send on the life of our dreams. And that's the grim reality of caring too much about what other people think and not enough about what really matters to us. We do this with our clients, our team, our industry colleagues, our family, you name it. I remember speaking with one of my mentors once about wanting to prove myself or something to that effect. And she said, "Prove to who?" I was like, "I don't know, them." So we're kind of crazy in our own head, right? It's like there's a chip on my shoulder and I have to really think about, what am I doing? Like, what is the point here? And I think that we don't realize how much we care about other people or how much the optics that we invest so much into around this sort of idea of like what people think about us. A recent example was with a client who told me about this business idea she had, which was quite genius. I can't share with you here because hopefully she actually runs with it. But she was saying she's not really comfortable being on camera to sell or market it. And the truth is, instead of thinking about how her idea can help so many other people, she tells herself that if she doesn't look, sound, or say something perfectly, that other people might not buy into her idea. Like she's not giving it enough justice or credit or something. Or she doesn't have the confidence that other people do to get on camera. So it's like, well, that'd be great for somebody else, but for me, I'm just not an on-camera person. And look, she's not alone. In an industry where optics matter, it's easy to get trapped in the fear of judgment, in any industry really for that matter. In fact, I found this statistic according to a study conducted by the American Psychological Association, the APA, in 2017. Nearly 60% of adults reported that they experienced significant stress related to the fear of being judged by others. This stress was found to be a major contributing factor to various mental health issues issues, including anxiety and depression. And it also significantly impaired people's productivity and decision-making capabilities. So this is no joke. This stat underscores how rampant and debilitating the fear of judgment can be, affecting not just personal well-being, but also professional performance and overall quality of life. I truly don't even think we notice how much of our life and the way we show up is governed by other people's opinions. A few days ago, the dogs were scratching at their little leash for a walk. I had already put my pajamas on to get into like chill mode at home. And I told them, me and my conversation with the dog, I told them I couldn't walk them because I was already in my pajamas. They're looking at me. And then I took a minute to really think about what I had just said. And to my dogs, for goodness sake, like, why couldn't I just walk in my pajamas? The truth is, I most certainly could. I just didn't want to feel the embarrassment of someone seeing me and wondering why I was walking in my pajamas, right? So I had a client who last week, she wore the same dress for 2 big photographed events. And she texted me and said, did I hit my head? As if to imply she didn't think through the fact that other people might see her twice in the same amazing dress that looked freaking bomb on her, by the way. And I told her that I thought that was the biggest flex, and also a nod to her that she didn't even think to care until after the fact. Caring what people think is just a part of our everyday background noise in our head. And if pajamas are a subconscious sticking point for me, can you imagine what else is floating around in this brain? It's scary. Entrepreneurship is like a big, huge magnifying glass exposing us in so many ways. So my goal with this week's podcast topic is to bring awareness to the fact that other people's opinions are in fact impacting our actions in our life and business decisions. And I want to provide some context around this. I want to open up this discussion. Let's talk about why we as humans do care so much about other people's opinions, how this worry can stifle our creativity and growth, and talk about some practical steps to overcoming this hurdle. So this week, I thought it would be fun to share with you the trap in the form of 4 truths and 1 lie that you might be falling into related to your relationship with caring about what other people think. So truth number 1 is we care too much about what others think. First off, it's essential to understand why we care about others' opinions. It's a natural human tendency rooted in our evolutionary history. So for thousands of years, being part of a group, fitting in, was crucial for survival. Acceptance meant that safety, food, and shelter were available to us. It was ingrained as a need for social approval that has stuck with us since the beginning of time, even though our environment has drastically changed. Psychologist Susan Krauss-Whitborn explains we're wired to have some degree of caring about what other people think because humans are inherently social creatures. While this trait was beneficial in our early history, she says it can be counterproductive in modern entrepreneurial settings. So essentially, fitting in is a powerful tool when you're in survival mode, but worrying about fitting in can be counterproductive when you own a business because it stifles innovation and dilutes our own unique value proposition. As a business owner, your edge lies in your distinctive ideas and approaches, and that's how you set yourself apart from competitors. So when you're focusing too much on conforming to industry norms or meeting others' expectations, you really risk losing that edge, leading to a bland and uninspired business strategy. Want. So instead of pioneering new paths and creatively solving problems, you might end up simply replicating what other people are doing, which, let's be honest, rarely leads to breakthrough success. Not to mention that constant concern about fitting in can drain your energy and divert your attention away from more strategic goals. And this can hinder your ability to make really sound decisions. This can also make you less relatable. Embracing your unique vision and what's really about the cool things about you, taking bold, authentic actions in your own way can ultimately drive far greater success and customer loyalty than attempting to blend in with the crowd. So let's move on to truth number 2, which is worrying about others' opinions stagnates creativity and growth. Constantly worrying about others' opinions can have a significant negative impact on your creativity and growth. When you're preoccupied with pleasing others or avoiding criticism, you're less likely to take risks, which are essential for innovation and progress. Here's why. Number one, the fear of failure. So your concern about other people's judgments about what you're doing can actually lead to a fear of failure. Instead of trying new things and pushing boundaries, you might stick to safe, conventional methods. Number two, loss of authenticity. Trying to meet everyone's expectations forces you to mold yourself and your business into something you're not. I remember my business coach saying, Kaylee, you're gumbying around so many people. And that visual of just like stretching yourself and trying to accommodate, and I think in one case we're referencing the relationship with team or one certain policy or something like that. But we do this in our marketing. We do this, trying to treat a variety of patients or being somebody for everybody. And this can really dilute your brand's unique value proposition and exhaust you. That brings me to number three, which is mental exhaustion. Constantly worrying about perceptions drains your mental energy, and it happens so subconsciously later. You could maybe not even notice that it's going on, but that's energy that you could otherwise use for strategic thinking and creative pursuits. Now let's talk about truth number three, which is not caring makes people care more about what you have to say. Not caring about what people think might initially seem counterintuitive, but it actually becomes a powerful magnet that draws people towards you. Think about the people you look up to. You admire them because they're willing to stand out or stand up for what they believe in. When you stop seeking validation and embrace your authentic self, you exude confidence and genuineness. These are traits that naturally attract attention and respect. People are innately drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves, and it creates this sense of trust and relatability. As Alex Hormozi puts it, true connection is born from authenticity. When your actions and words come from a genuine place rather than a filtered or self-censored mindset, you resonate more deeply with your audience. This raw, unfiltered honesty is refreshing in a sea of conformity, and believe me, we see plenty of that. And often, this becomes the very reason people listen to and care about what you have to say. Hence, paradoxically, by not caring about what others think, you end up forging stronger, more meaningful connections with them. I know it sounds crazy, but this is the truth. And truth number four is we need to stop caring so much about what people think. Ba-dum-bum. So how do we break free from this cycle of caring too much about others' opinions? Well, here's a few strategies. Number one, I think, is to build strong self-awareness. Understand your values and what truly matters to you. When you have a clear sense of self, other people's opinions sort of lose their power over you. Number two is focus on your vision. Keep your eye on the long-term goal. Remember why you started your business. Remember why you get up and do what you do every single day. Let your passion drive you rather than external validation. I can't emphasize this enough. Getting up every day and focusing on, am I making myself happy? Am I respecting myself more today than I did yesterday? Am I putting the things in place that are getting me closer to my own goals? If we're measuring our success by something external, that will always be fleeting because that will always change. Number three is practice mindfulness. Techniques like meditation and journaling can help you stay present. I can't emphasize enough how valuable it is to just spend time with yourself, like take a walk on the beach. Just even being here this week and spending some time looking at the ocean and thinking and putting my phone down for a while, it's huge because it helps me really listen to my own voice. And being mindful helps me create a buffer between other people's opinions and just my peace of mind. Number four is surround yourself with supportive people. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it might be time to upgrade your friend group, okay? Be around people who uplift and share your vision. This positive reinforcement can help drown out critical voices. Number five is to take action despite fear. So confidence comes from competence. The more you take action, the less you'll worry about others' opinions because you'll be focused on results. So speaking of Alex Hormozi, who I mentioned a few minutes ago, those adhesive breathe right strips that you can buy at the pharmacy? They attach to your nose and basically tether up to your skin to open up your nasal passages. Well, he wears those like every day. Like he just wears them around. And the first thing I thought to myself when I saw that was, wow, I wonder what people think when they see it. The first thing was like, what is that? And then I wonder what people think. And then the last thought I landed on was, wow, I bet that feels really good and probably does wonders for his airflow. And I bet like his mental clarity. Who knows? Maybe I'll try that someday. All right, now it's time for the lie. The lie we most often tell ourselves is that we just don't have the confidence to say F you to the world around us and not worry about what other people think. Or we tell ourselves, well, I can't do that because I'm going to offend somebody, which again reinforces what we're talking about here. Confidence is not just something we're born with. So people all over social media who are social influencers and putting themselves out there, they're not just born with that confidence. They practice that. Or think about the folks who make decisions that might upset their team members. We might think, oh, they just have a unique level of conviction that we weren't blessed with our DNA. And that is just a lie. Confidence is not born with. So here are a couple of book recommendations that I enjoyed that might be helpful for you. Number one, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. It's a great read to understand why letting go of external validation is crucial. And number two, Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. This book dives deep into the power of vulnerability and authentic leadership. Listen, Goddess, you worked so hard on your business, but who is working on you? It may be time to enroll support via mentorship, coaching, or accountability to help you take the time to start thinking about where you are allowing yourself to fall into the comparison trap or live in a people-pleasing bubble where you don't have to ruffle feathers. You have so much to bring to the world, and worrying about how others will respond to you, what someone might think about you, or how showing up with a contrarian opinion might separate you from the pack. These are critical areas to focus on in terms of internal growth that will directly impact the relationship you have with how you show up in the world and ultimately the success of your business. You can build this confidence. You can build this ability to, quote unquote, not care as much what people think. But this can only happen by being intentional. All right, listen, if you have found value in this episode, can I ask you to please review and share it with fellow entrepreneurs? It is my goal to keep this podcast number one in aesthetics and wellness. So I love your reviews. It's so important to me. Go hit that 5 stars, leave a little blurb about how this podcast has impacted you. Please share it. And I want to continue to pursue this mission of helping 1,000 inspiring and intentional women cross the next $1 million milestone in their business this year, including you, Goddess. But I need your support. Leaving a review and sharing this podcast is a great way to help. All right, keep striving, keep growing, and most importantly, keep being unapologetically you. Thank you for tuning in. I will chat with you same place, same time next week. Listen, leader, if you're vibing with me here, hang tight because I have a brand new resource for you. You are a successful, confident, powerful woman who just isn't into being average. No, you have a calling. And part of that calling is requiring you to level up. And I know that if you're working to cross the next $1 million milestone in your business, you need to be in the right circles. And perhaps that's why you found us. I'd love to invite you to join The Blueprint, a weekly resource for inspired, provocative thinkers who are taking this conversation to the next level. Get access to free business tools, podcast supplements, guideposts, and direct communication with me and my expert team. And of course, a masterfully curated circle of women making big moves and disrupting the status quo in aesthetics and wellness. You can link directly through the show notes or head to klcconsultants.com/blueprint. It's time to elevate. See you there, Goddess.